Alright, today we're going to be reviewing the Astilla. This beautiful MR10 shotgun, which is more like a grenade launcher, has 70% chance to crit with 1.9 times crit damage multiplier. This weapon is a 4.33 fire rate with an automatic trigger type. The reload is 2.0. This weapon is not silent, that is simply from my choice of warframe. The status chance is 33% at base, with 78 slash damage, 70 impact, and 42 puncture. Overall, a great weapon. I would advise you put 2 Forma into it to make it most viable. The most notable thing about this weapon is that the status chance has the ability to get to 100% with only 3 60-60 mods, making this weapon a great candidate for growing power. It also will stagger enemies with every shot. I have gone and modded this weapon for mid-tier combat. So let's start off with going for a level 30 to 40 capture. Alright, so here we are in the 30-40 capture. And as you can see, I am doing rather well with taking down these enemies. I just one-shot those 2 corpus. And we move on to the meat of the situation, and that is this nullifier. That is the capture target. That bubble went down really fast. He's almost dead. Alright. And there you have it. Now, let's go over to the simulacrum. Okay, so today, starting the simulacrum, we're going to start out with level 20 enemies, just to give you a rough idea on what this would do with a low-level mission in simulation. Alright, and just so you know, I have one of each type of enemy out here. I have a Corpus Warden to represent the Corpus people, and then I have a Grineer. Well, you can see them. I don't really need to explain all of who I have out there, but that stagger was terrific, what little we saw of it. This weapon with its shards of glass are just, it's amazing. And there's no drop off. The glass shards go in there, and they just explode. This wonderful weapon. So I didn't mod this for any type of elemental except for gas, but that's just to give a basic show. As you can see, it is got a 58% status chance, and I would say this would be a mid-level kind of tier thing. So nothing too heavy, very easy to get to this point and use this. And now I'm going to show you this with level 40 enemies. Definitely not 125. Oh, not yet. Alright, here we go. The second round. And I'm not using a bunch of enemies just because it's not really doesn't have much of a point. Now, I don't know if you guys are looking too closely, but there is 0 drop off with those glass shards. And you see that explosion radius? That's not from the gas. That is the glass shards itself hitting. The gas explosion is really, really small, actually, with that. They fixed it, and gas doesn't work the way it used to, which kind of saddens me, but whatever. I'll deal. So let's go to something a little bit higher level. How about level 80s? Just to give a decent show. Okay, so let's hit it. Wonderful, wonderful. Alright. Oh, fire. Good thing we're immortal. Sorry. Immune to damage. Alright, you see these level 80s with that mid-tier modding I have on there are still getting taken down fairly well. I did put Hunter's Munitions on here, just because it's something I wanted to show how often the slash would proc, given the amount of times it crits. It crits an amazing amount of times. I mean, there's at least 1 crit per shot, and that's at minimum. It's a beautiful weapon, and this stagger is just taking these guys over the edge. This gorgeous stuff. That Grineer guy was lucky. Alright. We'll get him next time. We'll get him in a little bit. Alright, let's go back here. I missed the ledge. Alright. So before I do this, I would like to show you, I do have Arcane Awakening on. which is just going to increase my reload speed because I hate reloading. Um, and yeah, I'm going to show you what I would consider to be uh, mid-high tier modding. It's got no form in it, so I can't really go high, tier forming on it, so, or high tier modding on it. Alright, so this has okay, so we got a high tier mod. Oh, I guess I didn't have the right build. Shoot. Alright, so we're at 97% status chance with this. And I've got, well, you can see what I've got on there. Alright, so let's go for the 120 enemies here, just to show you, like, a good distance. I put in blast in here to show you that this can be a great CC weapon, but is also able to do damage and stuff to multiple enemies. I mean, that stagger is great for CC. For someone, to use with, like, say, I would honestly use this with, like, Revenant and use it as an accompanying weapon. Now, I would like to tell you that this weapon does have an 80 ammo reserve addition with when you're using Gara, so it synergizes really well. It gets 80 extra ammo in its ammo well, so that's great. It took those guys down pretty well, so I would use this definitely in an endurance run.